Philosophers have said that there are only 6 stories we keep retelling throughout history. Tonight, we're gonna pick one and tell it again. This is The Treatment, a podcast about stories with your hosts Billy Beck, Cody Beck, and Mark Lucas. The Treatment is filmed between a live studio audience.
That live studio audience here for the first time ever, all in one place, at the worst recording studio in the valley, our house.
It's amazing to be here in person instead of filming this online, and I think we should just get right into it.
I think we should. I see that newspaper open at your lap, the arts and leisure section, where they have reviews, and I believe they reviewed our most recent film, The Boy Who Stole, based on Jack and the Beanstalk.
The Boy Who Stole is shaped as a wistful and laconic study of the minutiae of survival. It wobbles tantalizingly on a permeable line between narrative and documentary. 9 out of 10 from the New York Times.
Glowing praise.
So what's on the spinning circle of stories?
Oh, this time, Cody, since you haven't spoken yet, would you like to read?
I have made background noise. Yes, I will go ahead and read what's on the spinning circle of stories. We've got King Arthur, Rapunzel, Little Bo Peep, The Brave Little Tailor, The Tortoise and the Hare, Hercules, Pandora, Beauty and the Beast, David and Goliath.
And the circle is a spinning. Is this one of mine? Or is this yours?
It's not one of mine.
Who did Rapunzel?
It is one of yours.
It's one of your originals, Mark.
One of my originals?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay, well then instead of Googling it and looking it up on Wikipedia, I guess I have to do this from memory. Rapunzel is a story about a princess who lives in, like, a really tall tower, and I think she's kept there against her will by some sort of magic user, but she has extremely long hair, and the man in the story comes to the tower and says, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair," and then he climbs up the hair so that he can smooch her. That's all I know about this story.
Cody?
So, I do have to actually refresh my memory, so I have the Wikipedia page here, because the Disney version of Rapunzel is mildly different. So, it actually starts with Rapunzel's parents. Rapunzel's mother is pregnant, and she is, I believe, confined to her bed, and her bed the window in her bedroom overlooks a walled garden belonging to a sorceress. And she sees Rapunzel, which is either, according to Wikipedia, corn salad or rampion, so it's an archaic term for one of these two plants. And she refuses to eat anything else until she can eat that Rapunzel. And so she refuses to eat anything else, she starts to waste away, and eventually, in desperation, her husband climbs into the garden, steals some, and gets caught. The sorceress is like, "You know what? I understand your plight," after he explains it to her. And she's like, "You can have as much Rapunzel as you want. I get the baby when it's born, though." And he's like, "Cool." So, once the baby is born, the sorceress takes the baby, names her Rapunzel, and keeps her in the tower. Rapunzel grows up to be a beautiful child with long golden hair. There is no explanation for why her hair is like that in the original myth. In order to visit Rapunzel, the sorceress stands at the bottom of the tower and calls out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair that I may climb thy golden stair." Whenever Rapunzel hears that rhyme, she fastens her hair to a hook in the window before letting it fall 20 yards to the ground, and the sorceress climbs it. A few years later, Prince rides through the forest and hears Rapunzel singing from the tower, and is captivated by her singing voice. He ends up hearing the sorceress one day using that chant. So the next day, after the sorceress leaves, he goes back. He chants it and climbs up, and they end up falling in love. They secretly get married. The sorceress visits Rapunzel by day. The couple plans a means of escape. He's going to bring her a single strand of silk every day until they can build a stair that is not her hair. Before their escape plan comes to fruition, however, the sorceress visits one day, and Rapunzel asks why all of her clothes are suddenly real tight around her waist, because bitch is pregnant. In anger, realizing that she's been duped, the sorceress cuts off Rapunzel's hair, kicks her out of the tower, and is like, "Go, wander in the woods." When the prince calls that night, Sorceress hooks the hair, hauls him up. The sorceress tells the prince he will never see Rapunzel again, and he throws himself from the tower, landing in a patch of thorns, and the thorns blind him. A month later, in the wilderness, Rapunzel gives birth. She has 2 children, a boy and a girl. For some years, the blind prince wanders through. Eventually, they stumble upon each other. Rapunzel cries into his blind eye sockets, and his eyes regrow, are healed, whatever, and he can see, and then everyone lives happily ever after. There is a slight variation with the why are my clothes tight? Apparently, one day, in a different version, the princess Rapunzel forgetfully asks the sorceress why it's easier to pull up the man than the sorceress, and so that's why she cuts off her hair.
Okay, there's kind of a lot going on there.
Yeah.
This is way more complex of a story than I thought it was when I suggested it.
Doesn't mean we have to include all of the complexities.
Yeah.
Depending on what we do.
Disney certainly didn't. I don't know why I'm shitting on that movie. I love it.
I know, right?
It's
Isn't
one
it
of my
like
favorites.
one of your favorites?
It is one of my
We
favorites.
have a Lego Rapunzel's tower right behind you.
Yes. And also a pop of Rapunzel.
So, I guess as always, the first question is vibes. Do we want to keep this as like a magic fantasy thing?
I think we can keep elements of that. I don't think that's not a decision that's tied to vibes either.
Yeah.
I think if we change it, we need to figure out why we're changing it. But I do like the idea of changing it, because like basically every version that I've seen is some sort of magic fantasy that's kind of set in this like magic fantasy realm. It's not grounded in like history or anything. And we do love grounding things in modern or actual historical time periods.
My gut says heist movie.
That could be fun.
Trying to work out how the details of it would fit.
Okay, so I'm starting to think that we use this as one of those where we go pretty far afield from the original source material.
Yeah.
Fine by me.
Heist movie, Vegas, robbing a casino, and the Rapunzel bit is that, like, the Danny Ocean of this 13 is the lounge singer, a new headline act that's romantically involved with the casino owner.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a direction that seems interesting and one we want to go in?
Considering like your immediate reaction was our Danny Ocean, I feel like we're flying a little too close to the Ocean's 11 sun.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm capable of doing something as well as Ocean's 11 is, and I don't want to try.
I've never seen Ocean's 11.
Oh, it's so good. It's a very fun movie. But that's kind of the tone I'd like to hit.
Yeah.
What if, and I do feel like unfortunately this is a trope that is being used a lot in modern movies, the heist is more of a kidnapping, but they don't necessarily know that it's a kidnapping until they're in it. Like they're told they're collecting the package or whatever. They're not told the package is a person.
I'm okay with something like that. Because my favorite heist movie isn't about stealing money at all. It's about that guy who ran a wire between the Twin Towers and walked it in the 70s.
Yeah.
And it's just a documentary of how they snuck into the World Trade Center to do a stunt.
Like, the vibe that I'm pulling, and this is like a deep pull from a, I think, 90s fantasy novel that I read like twice, is you are kidnapping someone that wants to be kidnapped, but it needs to appear like a kidnapping for the person to get away.
So we can have layers of subterfuge where they think... So I feel like we're going to have a crew.
Yes.
That needs to come together. They don't all know each other, but we're going to have, your standard heist crew.
Yes.
Doing a job for a boss who is getting the crew together on behalf of our Rapunzel herself.
Yes.
Is that where we're going with it?
Yeah.
So there's still that layer of intrigue and misdirection and stuff.
Yeah. And it's like the third act twist after Rapunzel is basically a huge bitch throughout the whole thing. It's just like, just kidding, I actually wanted this to happen type reveal. Is that something that it seems like we definitely want to do heist movie, but is that the way we want to go?
I mean, there's a lot to work with there, so. What's fun about a heist movie isn't just the heist itself, it's the circumstances and characters around it.
Yeah.
that scene near the end where it looks like the whole heist is falling apart, but then it kind of rewinds back to the beginning, to the planning phase, where they point out this is the part where it looks like it falls apart. But really, every heist has to have that scene, and that's always like the best scene in the heist movie.
Yes.
So I guess if we're planning a heist, the first thing that we should figure out is what is being stolen.
Yes, setting in general. I think will help determine that as well.
I think... Okay. I don't know if this is too much subterfuge. They think they're stealing jewelry. Rapunzel character is wearing the jewelry, and the boss makes the call, kidnap her. And that's how we get her out.
Alternate, they're stealing a safe, and they don't know what's in the safe.
That works too.
And they're told not to look in the safe, but one of the guys...
Do you really want to bring your safes into this?
Well, see, I'm just thinking about... I don't think we want to do that, specifically because how much air is in one of those things? How long do you think a person who watches this movie and is a dumb teenager...
I'm thinking if our Rapunzel is the mastermind of this whole thing, in my head, she's daughter of a billionaire, wants to get out of that life, can't really because daddy's guards and all that stuff. She would have the funds to make a safe look like a big, real tough safe, but inside there's an air conditioner and a TV, and it's like padded and plenty of air. Those things aren't airtight. Not all of them.
Fortunately, the one Jason Mendoza was in was, so.
You know what, though? Their prop guy should have fucking talked to me about it, because it absolutely was not. He would not have died in there. He would have been fine.
So, I don't think we ever fully confirmed. We're talking about modern time, right?
We haven't confirmed, because I don't know, well, if it's going to be something like a safe, I think it would have to be.
Like, it's not medieval. We're not talking fantasy times.
I think it would be fun to do kind of a poker face where it feels like it could be 70s, 80s, but it's modern because of some technology. Like, I kind of like the idea of it being it's modern, but it doesn't necessarily have all the trappings of modernity.
How about, instead, we make it a Western? The safe in the saloon, or the assayer's office, next door to the saloon. That's where all of the gold deposits are being made before the train can pick them up at 11 o'clock tomorrow. But tonight, we can get in there, and then maybe it's those, like, dresses that you see in, like, the saloon scenes?
The hoop skirts, yeah.
Yeah, the hoop skirts and, like, the long train.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that might be a part of instead of letting down your hair, that's how they sneak in for at least that part of the heist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
think about that.
It's not a bad idea. I just need to... I would want to establish who Rapunzel is in this setting, because I think that's the important key to...
She's performing in the cabaret show, but she's also like the daughter of the diamond mine owner, who is also the mayor.
See, I was thinking she's not necessarily performing because she's not allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
But she's kind of, what's the... Gone with the Wind? Scarlett O'Hara?
Yeah.
She, like, that's her vibe. Like, she's the daughter of the mayor, diamond mine owner, somebody who is rich and controls a lot in this town.
Like, maybe she watches over stuff from, like, the top floor of the saloon or bank or whatever building.
Yeah.
It would be...
And I feel like, honestly, setting in the Wild West makes it easier, gives us a more clear reason why she wants to leave. She's in love with somebody and she wants to leave with him, but her father will never agree to it. Because she needs to make a politically advantageous match for him. And the person she's in love with is an outlaw, I guess.
She's the proprietress of the cabaret and saloon. But really, it's like Majima is the manager of the Grand Cabaret. You are in charge of nothing. Daddy wants you here so he can keep an eye on you.
Yes.
So the boss of the crew then, the one who gathers the crew, maybe he's the one that she wants to leave with?
Yes.
And they're in it together to make it look like something completely different.
You know what? Instead of the boss of the crew, she's in love with somebody in the crew. And the boss has like a rivalry with the diamond mine owner.
What if they're siblings? The boss and the person she's in love with? Or is that too much?
I think that's overstuffing the territory.
That's too much.
Okay. So I'm just thinking, like, so the boss just sees it as an excuse to fuck over the diamond mine owner.
Yes.
And so it's Sweeney Toddy.
Okay, so the diamond mine owner would be the equivalent of the sorceress?
Yes, absolutely.
The boss would be the prince, and then the crew would be his strands of silk?
Yes. Yes, I think so.
See, I'm just thinking about separating the boss and the prince and having a third actor in this scenario in which she's in love with, like, his number one, and the boss then is a little bit more, I don't know, free to be flamboyant? That's not the word I want, but he can be a bigger character, and we don't have to even make him as likable.
Okay.
Because if it's the prince, we have to like it. If she's gonna, fall in love with him, we have to like him. I kind of don't want us to really like... He should be like a what's the word? The dragon. Not the hero, but not the protagonist, but the...
Antagonist?
Not the antagonist.
Foil?
Like Majima.
Anti-hero.
Anti-hero. So there's, like, the prince is the lieutenant, the anti-hero is the boss of the gang, her daddy is the mine owner.
So we've got, just to keep it straight, Rapunzel and her dad are Rapunzel and the sorceress.
Yes.
You've got the boss and the second in command, who are, for lack of a better metaphor, the prince and the silk.
Okay, yeah.
Like Bill was saying. So...
And I don't think we need to go as far back as her as a baby. Like, the whole... In the original, with the magic plant and whatnot, I don't think we need to go back that far and fold that into it.
Yeah, I mean, even if we wanted to, it could just be a line, like, where there's a scene with her and her dad, and he's just like, just remember, your parents sold you to me for food or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't... If we want to do that, it can be as simple as a line.
I want him to be her dad, though. And I want him to be a bad dad. Like Mr. Burns in the Rodney Dangerfield episode. Do you miss your son? Yes, I am missing one son. Return it immediately. Like that kind of dad. And so then I think the mother is not involved or even alive. I think this is another one of our the mom is dead stories.
Yeah.
Fine. I don't even think we need to go into why or how. She's just not there and it doesn't matter.
It's the Wild West. She died of dysentery.
What? She is alive. And she is, like, off her tits on laudanum and swamp gas and patent medicines.
Yeah, I think either way works. She's not important.
Yeah. So
I'm writing down archetypes that would go in a heist crew. Because I think that's the next step to figuring this out is who is traveling with our prince. So I have someone who's doing demolitions, blowing shit up, some dynamite. We've got a stealth sneaky guy who can get in and out of places undetected. We got a techie guy, I would assume something with like lockpicking or something along those lines.
See, I'm thinking that those two are the same guy.
The stealth and talk guy?
The sneaky guy and the best safecracker in the biz.
What if that's our number one? And
Our
that's
number
how...
Oh, I had like the hero guy as well.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't specify that. I'm thinking like the 3-4 guys underneath him. We would also need like the charisma. We needed the talker.
I think that's the boss.
Okay.
Because that's, to go to the Ocean's 11, Clooney is kind of the talker.
Yeah. But he's not the money guy.
We also need the big guy.
Yeah, like
who just carries stuff.
Oh yeah, the muscle.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta make charts. So I've got Rapunzel is secretly paying the money guy, who hires our hero, who's the prince, and he puts together a team. 3 under him? You'd think 3 or 4.
Think however many we need.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can't see what you're drawing, so I'm just kind of trying to do it in my head. We got boss, and then under him is hero, and then under him are
like 3 or 4 to get the job done. So we'll have like a demolition guy to blow some shit up. We've got our stealth / lockpick guy and we'll have our muscle. I drew a little org chart.
Thank you for the org chart.
I gotta keep this in mind. And Rapunzel's secretly funding it.
I'd say there's no money, but there's the promise of money.
Yeah, but for the intents and purposes, because that's going to be like a later reveal. So for the intents and purposes of the start of it, first 2 acts, we need the guy who's the quote money guy, who he would be the one who originally approached the prince.
Boss?
Yeah, the boss money guy. I'm kind of lumping in the same category.
Yeah.
He's doing it because he hates Dad.
Yes, he's doing it for the love of the game. Fuck this guy.
Yeah. And I don't think he's doing it against the dad, like, specifically or personally. It's just, this is this town. He's the guy who owns this town. So fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of money. Let's take all the money.
Yeah.
This could have happened in any other town to any other guy. It's nothing personal. And then the diamond mine owner takes it personal.
Well, they are kidnapping his child.
But even before that, he doesn't like them, like, from jump. As soon as these strangers roll into town, I don't like the cut of their jib. So, whose perspective is this being told from?
I think we would have to do it from the prince's perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're doing reveals, like we can establish some things like he crushes on her from afar. Maybe she even gives him a little wave, you know. There's something there.
Something we can... There needs to be a lot of that, like, hand fan, fucking Victorian flower language shit that you don't realize is important at the time. When we do the flashbacks later, it's like, oh, they're fucking having sex in open air and we didn't see it at the time.
Maybe we even have a scene where they have a conversation and she's up in her metaphorical ivory tower, 3rd floor of the saloon, whatever. And, like, gives him a trinket or a token or something that comes in useful later in the...
She has to have... The metaphor, the word I'm going to use is eunuch, even though that's not literally it. She needs, like, a little guy to be the go-between. And ideally, we shouldn't know that he's her go-between until, again, that reveal moment.
Stealth guy?
No, somebody from her end. Like Mr. Underwood. Maybe he's like Friar John in...
Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet. Like maybe it's the Undertaker or the town preacher or something, but somebody who talks to the gang so that in the beginning you think they're getting info from someone else, and it's not until like the end when we realize that she's been the one.
He's like, dude just shows up and is like, a friend says, or a friend wants you to have this.
Your employer.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like our mutual friend.
Yes.
Yeah. And they would just assume it's coming from our money boss.
Yeah. Which it is, we just don't know who that is yet.
Yeah. But we think it's one guy, but it's really Rapunzel who is using him as a proxy.
I like the idea of it being the preacher.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can definitely see the preacher being like, I don't like the way this guy treats everyone, especially his daughter.
Here's a thought for a red herring. The banker. He's not the employer. He is not part of the gang. But he's the other moneyed player in town. And so he has that desire to overthrow the mine guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that now I'll own this town. And we can kind of lead people to think then that the preacher is working on behalf of the banker, when really it's been Rapunzel this whole time.
Yeah.
And the banker has nothing to do with this plot.
Sure.
Yeah, I like that as a red herring. It's clear without being obvious, and it makes sense, which makes it a good red herring.
So now let's start hammering out a couple of scenes.
Well,
Because I think as we go along, we'll figure out... Specifically, I want to get the intro.
okay.
And since we said that the story is told from the perspective of the hero, I'm thinking that the opening should be a montage of bank robberies.
Is that what our hero is? Because... So in the original, the prince, who is he new or is he always there? What's his deal?
His deal is straight up he's hunting one day and happens to stumble across a place where he hears Rapunzel.
So is our hero then maybe just a rancher? Comes into town once a week for some supplies, something like that?
What if... Do we even want to go as specific as maybe Pony Express rider?
Wells Fargo guy?
Yeah, like
something like that?
Something where he is new in town, new to experiencing this, but also still has his own, like, life and shit going on.
I think something like that, some sort of traveling job that brings him in town on a regular basis, but also would leave him with no, like, nothing tying him down either.
Yeah.
Something like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that there has to be a gang involved.
Like, besides our crew?
No, like, I think our crew has to be part of a gang. At least that's the way I'm kind of picturing it. That, like, the safecracker and the muscle especially, and the talker boss...
Well, okay. What if he comes into town and they're already there? I'm pulling from my other favorite fucking movie, Atlantis. They're just missing one piece, which is whatever this guy can provide to them. And so they've been waiting for this last piece to fill the crew, and that's when the boss approaches him like, hey.
I'm thinking, what if, like, our three guys, our demolitions guy, our stealth techie guy, and our muscle all work in the storehouse?
Yeah?
Like, the demo guy would be the one to have access to explosives, because there's a diamond mine. There's going to be explosives there. He would know that stuff.
Yeah.
Our muscles carrying crates around all day. The big fucking dude. And our stealthy guy.
The safecracker.
Yeah. Like...
He's the not the accountant, but
I'm
like...
just trying to think, like, what he would do as a normal job that would make him right for this.
I think just proximity to money. I think, like, the...
Could even be...
He's a safecracker. He's already in jail. And that's part of the heist, is getting him out. And that's also how we know this guy's a good safecracker.
Yeah.
Because he's in jail for getting caught cracking a safe.
He's good at doing it, but he's not good at doing it without getting caught.
Yeah.
Which is why he needs the team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say, to keep with they all work at the mine, he was working in, I can't think of what the office is called, like the person that runs the ledgers.
Yeah.
For the mine.
The bursar.
Yes, the bursar. He was assisting the bursar and got caught cracking the safe, and he got tossed in jail. And so it's not personal for the boss, but it's a little personal, because, like, hey, fuck you, that's my guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say they've been in town, the gang has been in town, like, probably a week or so longer than our guy, but he's more regular.
Oh, no, I would say the gang probably grew up in the town, or town adjacent.
Okay.
If, like, I'm thinking, what's the call to adventure for the muscle guy at the storehouse? Get the fuck out of working at the storehouse. Who wants to work at a warehouse the rest of their lives?
Yeah, that's true.
How's work going, Bill?
Fine.
Is the warehouse going smooth?
I work in an office now. Just doing warehouse shit in an office. It's fine.
Because I was thinking, like, that could just also be their MO, is they show up to a town, figure out how... If the safe cracking works, cool, then they fuck off. If the safe cracking doesn't work, then they have to, like, dig in a little deeper. So I could see it being either way. Like, this is the town they live in, and that's their call to adventure, or this is their MO. This is what they do. Because it was much easier to get a job in the 1860s.
I like the idea of they all grew up in that town and are looking for a way out for various reasons.
That also makes it easier because then our hero could already have a friendly relationship with them.
Yeah, and that's why the safecracker's just in, like, the local and not, sent to state or anything like that, because he's been working for the company for years, and they just found out he's been skimming off the top for years now, and they're like, oh, we've known you since you were 6, go in jail for a month.
This town doesn't have a future. All it really has is this one mine and this bank. And when the mine runs dry, we know that the town's not going to survive. So they want to get out of here because they can at least see that far down the road. And they also don't like living under Diamond Boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So opening scene.
Okay. So do we establish Prince's Wells Fargo, Pony Express?
I'm still kind of trying to figure that out.
Because in my head, the opening scene is him riding into town.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit of a cliche opening scene for a Western, but it works. Everyone does it because it works.
I think like either Wells Fargo or some sort of like telegraph operator,
Western
messenger.
Union.
Yeah, something like that. Like something where he would have access to the mine, whatever. I think if it's even like a telegraph thing, it could be Western Union, whatever. That's how he could have met Rapunzel, is he was delivering an important telegraph to the boss, because it was like, no, you have to hand deliver this one. And that's how he stumbled across Rapunzel.
Like a courier, maybe.
Yeah, kinda.
I wasn't even thinking that much detail as to how they met. Just every time he walks in, he looks up in her window and gives her a wave, and she waves back.
Yeah.
Okay, so, opening scene.
Hero walks into town. Give him a name.
Yes? What kind of name? I want the safecracker to have a name like Clem.
I got Bruce for the muscle.
Okay.
Clem for safecracker.
Oh, Albert or Al?
Okay.
You can do it with Al. Did the prince have a name in the original that we can draw inspiration from?
Al Prince.
I googled Prince and behind the name, and I was looking through names that sounded like they might work.
I want the boss of the gang. No, the diamond mine owner to have the name Rudabaugh. Like, that's a real westerny name.
Rudy it is.
And our hero, Al?
Al works.
Let's say Al or Hal. They're both.
And do we want to come up with a name for Rapunzel?
Lily.
Okay. I mean, that's a little too... I'm trying desperately not to use the names from Lily, Rosemary, and the Jack of Hearts. That's why I keep wanting to not call Rudabaugh Big Jim, who owns the town's only diamond mine.
See, my thought was Rapunzel was named after a plant originally.
Rose.
Rosemary?
Rosemary. Damn it!
Hang on.
What's another flower? Because I think a flower name...
Jasmine. No, that's
very Aladdin.
too Aladdin.
Hang on. Let's look at variations, because Rapunzel was not the original name.
Heather?
I like Heather.
Is it in usage that early?
I don't know. Who cares?
Fair enough.
Shit. Name's gotta start somewhere.
Madison.
The movie Wild Wild West had a giant mechanical spider.
You know what? Fair enough.
Clementine.
We already have,
We have a
Clem. Trying to think of other, like, Southern aristocracy style names.
Why? This isn't the West.
I know, but the dad feels like the kind of guy that would be a social climber.
Had been like a Confederate lieutenant general before the war.
Sure.
Before the war ended.
Yeah.
I think the demolition guy needs to go by not where he's from, but like a place name, and I'm thinking Halifax.
No. Only because we already have Al. Thinking to, like, Atlantis again. Do we want to have the demolitions expert be a girl? Because this is kind of a dude-heavy movie.
It is.
Second, I do like the place name, but like the demo expert in Atlantis is an Italian guy.
Yeah.
No to the demo person being a girl. Safecracker.
Oh yeah, Clem could be.
Clem short for Clementine.
There we go.
All right.
Yep.
It's opening scene again. I feel like we can get a good one.
Yeah. So Al rides in. I think we would need to see everyone in this opening scene from Al's point of view, like because he's riding in on his horse, or in his the cart behind the horse. However, he's coming in. He looks up at the third floor, sees Heather, gives her a wave. She gives him a smile. He pans down and he sees her dad shaking hands with probably the banker. Very clear, like they're very clearly like dressed more wealthy, really established that.
He walks into the saloon, waves to, what did we establish her name was?
Heather.
Waves to Heather. She waves back. As he walks through the saloon, he walks by a table where we have the demolitions expert from the mine and the muscle from, like, the storehouse. And they're just enjoying beverages together.
And there's an empty seat between them.
I was thinking, as he's going into town, when he goes by the storehouse, we see them bringing in a load of dynamite. And Bruce has the whole crate just, like, wanting it. And our demo guy is, like, careful with that, that's real hot stuff.
Okay,
Don't trip, like something like that. Just like a real quick scene that establishes this dude's strong, this dude knows explosions, we're gonna meet them later.
Yeah.
Then as he walks towards before he gets into the saloon, maybe he walks by the post office and sheriff's office where they'll have a wanted poster for the safecracker that they are taking down.
Yeah.
Or even...
Or the deputies taking the poster down as we see Clem getting led into the jail.
Yeah.
And I think also the reason that she just gets put in jail is because it's a lady. She's not that serious.
They're just locking her up until they can get the laudanum or something to medicate her hysteria or whatever it is.
So then he goes into the saloon, smile, wave at Heather, goes into the back where that's where Rudabaugh and the banker and some other not named barely personages are playing poker.
The wealthy, the town's elite, even though there still needs to be a very clear divide that Rudy is the elite here, and these are the people he keeps tabs with. And maybe Al's going in the back because whatever he's delivering is going to the owner of the saloon.
Rudy directly.
No, he's going to the owner of the saloon to drop off, I don't know, whatever, a new shipment of coasters. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's something that the owner has to sign off on.
Oh, liquor license. Or something like that.
Yeah, it's something for the...
See, I'm thinking a telegram for you, to be hand-delivered to Rudabaugh, owner of the diamond mine, about sales back east.
That works too.
Yeah. Stock market reports.
And this is where we can also kind of set up that rivalry between him and the banker, as they're the two biggest piles of chips.
Yeah.
But the banker's is still, 10% smaller.
Yes.
And maybe we even see the end of a hand, where Rudy successfully bluffs the banker, or...
No, Rudy, this hand he has to lose. And as the banker takes the pot, he says, "Well, Rudy, looks like you don't own the whole town yet."
Perfect.
And our guy doesn't interrupt till the end of the hand because he doesn't dare to interrupt while they're playing. He waits till the hand finishes, and that's when he...
And maybe it's because we've been watching Scorsese recently for the other pod. I want this all to be a oneer.
Yes.
Just oneer as he rolls into town, you see all the different characters doing their little bits, immediate into the saloon all the way to the end of that poker hand. Just a straight oneer.
Harlan. Rudabaugh Harlan. Daughter Heather Harlan.
Works.
I like it. Alright, so from there, I'd say this is happening around sundown.
Mm-hmm.
They're already playing poker. He's got to stay for the night. How do we get the story rolling from there?
After he does his delivery, he walks back out, and he's done now. He's free now. So he gets pulled in.
Maybe his next stop is he goes to the storehouse to pick up a shipment to take back east, but it's not ready yet, so he's got to stay in town a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. And it happens to be quitting time, so he gets, wrapped up with all the people leaving, which are his... And he sees his buddies. Because I think he should already be friends because he's in and out of the storehouse.
I would say he's friends with Bruce because this feels like this would have to feel like a weekly or on a time frame.
Yeah.
At my work in a warehouse, I know my pickup drivers because I see the same faces every day. It would be the same thing. He's on speaking terms with Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
We still haven't named the demo guy. Arkansas.
I like that.
See, I'm thinking something like Frenchie. He doesn't even have to be that French. Maybe he's Quebecois. But they just call him Frenchie, because that's the kind of Old West we don't actually care.
They call him Frenchie because he once ordered a fish fillet. He's not even French. Right. So yeah, he would know Frenchie, he would know Bruce.
And I want to say that on this, second day, when he finds that the shipment's not ready yet, I think Frenchie and Bruce need to get fired. Because that's part of, their motivation, then, for... We know that there's not a lot of future in this town. The only place that's really hiring is the mine. And we just got fired from the mine.
I would say not fired, but... Because I would still want them there as an in. We need an inside man. Not fired, but maybe pay cut.
Yeah, I think the first night is them,
either
celebrating...
Either pay cut or their rent gets increased, which is the same guy.
Porque no los dos.
I mean, good.
Rent goes up the exact same amount their pay gets decreased. Boss says the room and board's going up 5 cents a week or whatever. They just cut our paycheck.
Yeah.
7 cents a week or something. I don't know.
Something like that.
Maybe we get that as it's paid, they're getting paid when he's there to make this pickup. It's not ready yet. And then, somebody rings, a bell and, "All right, boys, gather round, payday. Get your doling out." And then as they're walking away and counting, "Hey, what's the story here?"
Or maybe we can get an itemized payday. So all right, your weekly is $15 a week. We're gonna take 3 for rent. It was 2 last week. It's 3 this week. 2 for your lunches this week. What? We've never had to pay for lunches. Well,
I want them to figure it on their own.
Okay.
And then ask, what's the deal here? And that's when we get it itemized out.
Got it.
What,
Yeah.
what's this? Well, that's your pay. What do you mean that's my pay? Well, let's see on the chart here. I'm supposed to be paid, this much. Yes, and you were. Minus, this tax, pickaxe fee, delivery charge.
Dirty diamond discount. Actually, just total bullshit.
Shale tax.
So it's like everyone's like super excited because it's payday, and then all of a sudden the mood sours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's when they go into the saloon. That's when the boss is like, hey.
We haven't really established who starts this, who the money boss is, have we?
What do you mean the money boss?
So, like,
The boss.
who is Heather paying to get them together to rob her dad? Who's that middleman?
I kind of like it being the preacher, and I kind of like it being the Undertaker. Maybe she uses both.
Okay.
So in like the first one, it would be the Undertaker.
Yeah. I feel like they're all sitting at the table, and he sidles up and kind of slides into the empty space.
So, going back to our original opening oneer, another thing he would see walking in is the Undertaker is working on a tombstone or a coffin outside.
Yes.
And the preacher comes up and hands him an envelope. And we see that.
Yeah.
Just, we don't even have to establish what the fuck that is yet.
Yeah.
If at all. But we know they're in cahoots, there's something secret happening here. So when one of them approaches at the bar.
Yeah. But also, it's not that unusual that the preacher and the Undertaker would be communicating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there is something unusual about handing an envelope.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of intrigue.
So, we've got... Is the Undertaker then the boss of the group, or is that separate?
No. Al's gonna be the boss of the group.
No.
No?
Al is like the lieutenant.
Right.
The number 2.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
The boss has to be a talker.
Yeah.
Has to be a face. And I think I even want him to have like a criminal element to him. Because he's the one who's going to kind of figure, once everything's done, we get out of town fast.
I feel like
I think it's gotta be the preacher. Everything you described there, that's the preacher. And I know you said criminal element. My thought of that is, like, Jesus himself flipped tables at the temple, right? Like, he's that kind of preacher, like, fuck the government kind of preacher.
And I'm thinking of
Fuck
him
the
more
wealthy
as
preacher.
like a con man. And the preacher isn't him, but he's doing what he thinks is best for the town by ultimately bringing down Rudabaugh.
Yeah.
And from what he would view as being like saving everyone else. So get the bring down Rudabaugh, get the safecracker out of jail and out of our town. Send these, young, healthy workers off to greener pastures to a town that has a future, while I stay here and keep tending to what's left.
I think the money boss character, the talker, he should be the only one that doesn't seem to have a job during the day, but always has money, because he is the outlaw type.
And I'm thinking specifically like con man, like vest, bow tie, the twirly mustache, and just talks smooth as butter.
I think he should just go by, like, Mr. Last Name, and no one quite is sure what he does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But his check's always clear and his gold is always good.
Yeah.
So then we have the Undertaker approaching our hero and Bruce the Muscle Guy and our demolitions expert, Frenchie, the Mad Frenchman. You gotta be mad to be working with dynamite.
Yeah.
And at this point he doesn't even care that they're calling him French because he's not.
How about Undertaker comes with, this week's death warrants to send back to county to give to Al, and says, so, I guess you're gonna be in town the weekend at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to make a little extra money on the side? That how we want to get in? Mr. Smith is looking for work.
Offering work to him, like he gives. I really like what he said about the death certificates to bring to the county seat. But I think then the offer of work he directs to Bruce and the Mad Frenchman.
Sure.
Because I hear you guys had some displeasure with the Dole office today. Are you interested in making a little bit of extra money?
Mr. Smith is looking for workers for a job this weekend. Something like that.
I have someone with an offer of temporary employment that you may be interested in. And then he doesn't even give a name. He only ever uses the term, like, our employer.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, we need to get Mr. Smith in, because why is he here at this point? He's not at the table. We have no connection with him.
Who's Mr. Smith?
Mr. Smith is the money boss.
The con man,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because the Preacher and the Undertaker are
the go-betweens.
info guys.
Yeah.
We don't get Mr. Smith yet. And Mr. Smith isn't the mastermind of the project. He's just going to be the point person.
He's the one they think is the mastermind.
Yeah.
But he'll be clear right from the very front. I don't know who hired us. That creepy man from the graveyard just came to me with an offer. But it seemed like a good offer.
Yeah.
So don't worry, boys, let me do the talking. The info he's given me so far has been good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I think the Undertaker should just be like, well, have a nice night. If you're interested, meet me here at midnight or whatever. And that's where Mr. Smith will be as well.
Yeah.
And it's basically just like, the Undertaker is like, hey, handshake, here's the deal. And then Mr. Smith, and he'll just be like, Mr. Smith, and...
meet at Lone Man's Hope out by Hanging Rock. And then that's just like a shack. Everybody knows it, but it's just a shack out yonder.
Yeah.
And when they show up at night, Al decides, I'll go with you, because I've got nothing better to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we meet Mr. Smith and the Undertaker.
I think this is where Mr. Smith would be the one to lay out the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be, like, basically the Undertaker's there to facilitate the meeting, and then Mr. Smith is like, all right, here's the plan. Our mutual friend wants XYZ.
Our mutual friend is interested in Rudabaugh Harland suffering a great loss, a financial setback. And maybe then Mr. Smith just confirms with Mr. Undertaker one small detail, like, so it's the third door. That's where the safe is.
Yeah.
And after Mr. Undertaker confirms, then he's like, I will bid you gentlemen good evening, and leaves.
Yeah.
And then maybe Al can say, I thought he was, thought he was the one in charge here, and Mr. Smith, no. Truth be told, I don't know who's in charge here.
He's just the go-between.
Yeah. So the job itself, we need to establish what it is. What do they need to accomplish?
Steal the safe?
Is it just stealing a safe? If they're trying to make him suffer, is it destroying something valuable?
Well, okay, so it's his daughter.
The real reason is to get her out of Dodge.
But also the deed to the mine.
I'm gonna say, yeah, it's the deed.
And maybe,
also liberate some of the gold at the same time.
Yeah.
Maybe there could be a good bit where Mr. Smith, when Mr. Undertaker is still in the room, Mr. Smith can say, so, it sounds like we're planning a heist here. What are we hitting? The bank? And then Mr. Underwood can immediately shut that down. No. Our mutual employer wants it known and very clear you are not to touch, not to approach, not to hinder in any way the operations of the bank. Or that red herring.
Yeah. So, the target should be in a safe room at the offices of the mine. So this could be like actually on the property itself or adjacent somewhere in town.
I'm thinking it's their in-town headquarters.
In-town headquarters?
That's next to the saloon.
Yeah.
I was thinking, what if it's even the back offices of the saloon itself? Like, the saloon is, I don't know if this is too grandiose, but 4 stories. Top story is living, 3rd story and back is offices.
See, I'm thinking that is too grandiose for this. I'm imagining it as a very small town.
Yeah.
One of those, like, Old West one strip.
Exactly. That's what
Okay.
I'm thinking, too. So I'm thinking...
But still two-story that they need to climb.
Yeah.
I was thinking underground.
Well, because of Rapunzel.
No, she's up top. I'm thinking, like, the actual... What she's planning is for them to cause enough chaos for her to get out. So I think the crew needs to hit a target underground.
Okay.
Because we don't want them to know what the true purpose of the job is until the end. The whole crew needs to think the true purpose is chaos. Or is just kind of fucking with Rudy.
Mm-hmm.
So then in that case, yes, I do think it should be in the mine itself.
So either in the mine or underground in the building.
Yeah.
That way, because like with a small one-horse town, and you got one character that's got dynamite, why doesn't he just blow the wall out?
Yeah, that's true.
But if it's like, there's a basement to this building, and it's like labyrinthine, because he's a miner, he has the funds and like ability to dig out a huge sub-basement. That's not like full of traps per se, but security levels. Guards, doors, locks that need to be picked, and then...
Okay, so that's where he can have the storage for the diamonds.
Yeah.
And they're being told that that's their primary objective, but it's not. Your real objective is the deed to the mine, which is in the safe in the office on the top floor.
They're not told that it's the deed. They're told, and this can be true or not, that he has plans for a diamond mine expansion. And they want to hinder his expansion efforts by getting the plans out. And in doing so, they also get the deed out, which is the real goal. Because if the real goal is for Heather to leave with the deed, and then maybe they cave in, like the final act is to cave in the storage underneath once they get the documentation out. Does that make sense?
Kind of. I'm thinking that it's not important who gets the deed. What's important is that the deed's not there. Right. Because, like, the inspector's coming soon. And if you can't establish ownership of this mine, when he's here, when the man from the capital is here, so we don't even care what happens to the deed as long as it's not there for Rudy to say, here's the deed.
And maybe that's something that's scheduled for, like, Tuesday or something of this week.
Yes.
Because this expansion, he needs to get the plans approved or something like that. So that's why they're going in, and they get the deed out, they get the plans out, and that really fucks him over, because now he can't even prove he owns the place, let alone has the ability to expand it.
But first, we need to get Clem out of jail.
Yes. Because we will need a safe cracker on this.
Yeah, or a lockpick or something. Yeah. Someone that can get through security without causing a ruckus.
Yeah.
We need somebody to make a ruckus on the basement level. And we need somebody to get in on the roof into the actual safe.
Is Clem Frenchie's sister?
What do we think?
I don't know why, but it makes sense to me that she would be.
Yeah. They're both a little crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit nuts in very different ways.
Okay, Clem and Frenchie are sisters. Sister and brother. So maybe this is... Is
it more interesting that they're siblings or that they're secretly together?
Siblings.
Okay.
Yeah. We already have a love story.
Fair enough.
So... how do we break her out of jail, then?
She's already broken herself. By the time we get back to town. They didn't think to check my corset. She just pulls the pins out of the corset.
They come up with an elaborate plan to break her out, and then they're waiting outside the jail to, like, I can't even see her. I don't even know where they're keeping her in there, and she's just with them all of a sudden. Like, what are you guys looking for?
I think we can do more than that. And I do like her kind of being the engine of getting herself out. So the first part of their plan to getting her out is getting one of them in. So staging a fight between Al and Bruce.
Oh, I was going a completely different direction. Frenchie goes in to visit with one of Mom's rock-hard fruitcakes. And it's rock hard because it's just a toolbox filled with, like, picking tools to get her out.
Yeah, I want the plan to be as complicated as we can muster it.
Okay.
The thing is, this is already so complicated.
Yeah, this part doesn't need to be complicated.
We have so many characters, there are so many moving parts, and, like, I get the concept of wanting it to be as complicated as possible, but it's already really complicated.
Yeah. Getting her out of jail is one scene. The heist itself is the climax.
Yeah.
So the heist needs to be where the complication is. That's where, like, their plan gets weird, something goes wrong, someone has to improvise. That's where we get complicated. Here, I think the simpler the better. Because she's under far less security than the paperwork they're trying to remove.
Like, I think it could be funny if they're describing a really complicated plan, and then she just pops up next to Frenchie, and she's like, hey guys, what's up?
How about they're like, across the way from the jailhouse, behind some barrels or something, peeking over, trying to figure out a plan. They're trying to come up with a plan. Frenchie comes up with the fruitcake idea. Al suggests, what if we get in a fight and I go in there and we work our way out that way? But when they first get to the barrel, they make eye contact with Clem, give a little wave. She goes, hi. They start their plan. While they're trying to come up with it, she just breaks out.
It's like, the shot that I see in my head is them behind the barrels. So it's like, them, barrels, and then, like, in the background, you just see her, like, she waves and, like, takes it as a signal, and she's just, like, picking the lock, like, leaves, like, smacks the sheriff on the head.
She does the corset thing you were describing. She pulls some pins out the corset. waits for the sheriff to fall asleep or whatever, starts jimmying the lock open.
Yeah, and she just, like, walks out and walks over and is, like, leaning on the... You know, guys, I think that's a little too complicated. Maybe you should just go with Frenchie's idea.
I like the fruitcake idea. I always loved Mom's fruitcake.
Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how to make this just a little bit more unnecessarily complicated. And what's happening in my mind is that they fake a public disturbance so that Al gets thrown in jail. He's in this cell next to Clem and says, hey, listen, I need to talk to you. We have this job and we need help doing it. We need somebody who's a safecracker. Would you be interested? In exchange, we'll help you get out of here. And then she can say, like, I don't need help getting out of here. And we can have a fun little back and forth of, oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you were so comfortable. And maybe she says, like, the only reason I haven't yet, because if it's that easy, why hasn't she?
Yeah.
The only reason I haven't yet is because of our mutual friend over there. And, you know, the guy, he's, like, sitting there with his feet up on the desk, you know, ring of keys around his... And then Al can say, like, okay, well, if I can have that taken care of, I think you'd be willing to help us out. And that depends. How are you going to take care of it? And, like, wave to Bruce, who's just coming in for visiting hours. Nod to Bruce, sucker punch the guard. And then he's like, well, I was thinking something like that.
And she's
like, fair enough. And then what you had with the pulling out they never check the corset. Picks the locks and they're gone. And as they're leaving, as they're just gone, that's when the guard can start coming to and being like, oh, I'm gonna be in trouble for this one. And then we cut back to Lone Man's Hope by Hanging Rock for the actual plan.
I like that. I want to throw one addition on to that, see if this works. That morning, Preacher told her to get caught today. Because she's also pulling something. Maybe she's pulling, like, blueprints or something of the vault of the basement out from the police station. Like, there's a reason she got caught, and it was because she needed to remove something from the police station as well. Like, she's already in on it, and even the rest of the crew doesn't know yet that she's already in on this plot.
Yeah.
Is that a little too much, or
no? I think that would make for a funny moment later where, like, they're like
when they get back to the shack.
Man, I wish we had blueprints of that mine. Oh, you mean like this? And she just pulls it out of the corset?
The priest, because she was already going to jail in the beginning.
Yeah.
See, I just had this idea of the priest visiting her in the prison with, like, the blueprints tucked in a Bible.
Yeah, that works too.
And that's how she just happened. You know, I just happened to have a visitor this morning who gave me this. And I don't know if we even see that scene. Maybe just, like, silently in, like, a quick flashback of the preacher... The truth will set you free, my child. Open it up and...
It's the envelope we see exchanged at the beginning. The Undertaker gives it to the priest at the beginning.
Yes.
Because the Undertaker's the one who dug it.
Yes.
There we go. Knew that envelope was going to come back. Perfect. Alright. So now we have the whole crew together. Now we plan a heist.
There's always... Okay, so... The heist is going to happen near the end of the day.
So where we're Friday night is where we get the gang together on the same page. I would say the heist goes down Monday morning, or Sunday night into Monday. So we have a few days in town to gather supplies, get the plans in order, maybe even do a test run out in a field somewhere of some aspect of it.
The thing is, as soon as they leave jail, they can't go back to town. Because they're going back to jail.
She can't go back to town.
He can't either. He escaped too.
Which he?
Al.
Our hero.
Oh.
Yeah.
And probably Bruce for sucker punching the guard.
I was going to say Bruce and Clem. Al needs to go back to town, because we need to have some more scenes with him and Heather.
But he can't if he's the one that gets put in jail.
He can, because it wasn't even, like, processed.
Yeah.
It was one of those, sitting here until you calm down some.
Okay.
We can even have a scene when he goes back and he sees the guard... Yeah, maybe he gets put in on, like, a drunken. And, like, he sees the guard the next morning, like, icing his head or whatever. You stay out of that saloon today, young man, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
Just to smooth that over. Because we definitely need more interactions with him and Heather. To establish that, not establish that that's there, but to make it clear that it's been there the whole time when we do establish it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, why did we have to do something so complicated?
You're the one who wanted to do a heist.
I wanted to do a heist, okay? It seemed fitting.
He can go to the cabaret and, for the show and talk to her there.
But she always needs to be, she always needs to be a level above him.
Yes.
Physically.
Mm-hmm. Up on the balcony in the stairway looking down.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe at one point he can say that he has a telegram and go up to her, and when she asks for the telegram, he can just say, that was a ruse, I just wanted to talk to you.
Yeah.
And that's where we can get them and the fallen in love bit. Talk about how I've seen you every time I come to this town. And she can... It's not just that she loves him, she loves the freedom that he represents, because she's, trapped in this gilded cage.
Yeah.
They have that scene where they both, express that they would prefer each other's lives, but both of them express what's missing from their life, and it's another person. They're two different kinds of loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd love to be out on the road seeing the world all the time. He's like, man, I'd love to just be in one place with the people I care about. And both can be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the heist.
Yeah. So if we get the characters 2 days to plan.
Mm-hmm.
So a heist movie I watched recently. Fast and Furious 5. There are bits that lead up to the big heist at the end where they steal a safe and, strap it to 2 muscle cars and drive it to Rio de Janeiro and then swap it at one point and escape on a bridge. Yes. Anyway, Fast 5, everyone's seen it. Classic. Oscar winning. The middle of that movie is prep. And this is where we get our characters relating to each other. Things that they need to do are gather intel. So we've already established that they've gathered blueprints or plans for the basement. So the next step is maybe practicing. Maybe one of the doors has one of those newfangled Eastern locks. So they gotta quickly source one, and Clem needs to practice picking it. Mm-hmm. Something like that. We're gonna have Frenchie do some test explosions where he blows up way too much out in the desert, just to make sure he's got the right amount to not destroy the town, but destroy the vault.
The Mr. Smith, the smooth talker.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to not explain how, but that he sourced a Gatling gun.
I'm okay
it's
with that.
Amazing what the military is able to lose or misplace when the cavalry moves from town to town and camp to camp. Why, it's as if requisition orders were easy to fake.
We can do a scene where Clem and Al are scoping out the site a day before just to get what's going on with guards, find a way in.
So, yes, because it's Clem and it's a woman, they need to be walking arm in arm, and Heather needs to see them and walk away from the window so Al thinks he hurt her feelings.
I was thinking since Clem can't be in town, we have Clem and drag.
Clem and drag or Frenchie and drag?
Clem and drag. Clem.
I think she should be wearing... Oh, but she has a corset on earlier. Damn. Because I was thinking because of her masculine occupation, she should be wearing pants earlier. But if she's wearing a corset, yes, it would be funny to have her in drag.
But I do like your comment about they're getting jealous.
Yeah.
So I think that fits.
Yeah. Maybe after they scope it out and she takes the drag off, she sees Al walking with a woman. She doesn't recognize who it is. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't see any of the other parts, but she sees them walking together.
You know what? As long as we're going for maximum, I had kind of said in joke both Frenchie and Clem in drag. But now I'm saying that a little bit seriously. Frenchie is in drag mostly as an attention magnet.
Mm-hmm.
But then when Heather looking down, she only sees him from behind, and he's got the parasol. So she never sees his bearded face.
Yeah. Or she happens to look down the same time, a guard looks over, and Frenchie just flirts with Al to distract, or something like that.
I mean, we can do, all of these.
Yeah.
Just that, for whatever reason, she still never sees Frenchie's face.
Yeah.
And just sees someone in a dress flirting with Al.
She hears the voice, though, and doesn't recognize it, so that he can do the voice again later.
Yeah. Like Frenchie doing a ooh la la lady voice.
You new in town, big boy?
And I think Clem in drag is actually doing the scoping, and that's why Al and Frenchie... That's why we also need Frenchie in drag.
Yeah.
Yes.
To distract the guards while she scopes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like it. There's some fun to be had here.
Yeah.
So now the actual thing is we need... There's the vault in the basement where the diamonds are stored.
Mm-hmm.
and there's the safe on the top floor where the plans and deed are.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for the need for distraction, because I'm thinking Bruce and Frenchie go downstairs to blow up the door to the vault and make them think they're stealing all the diamonds.
Yeah, and bury the... I think it's interesting if they just bury the diamonds, just to, like, really fuck with Rudy.
And Mr. Smith sets up his misappropriated Gatling gun in the lobby, facing out, so that when, like, the sheriff comes, he gets chased off and they set up, you know, like a perimeter.
Sure.
I think the only thing we need to see during the heist is them... I do think they need to steal some diamonds, because basically proof we were there and we destroyed it.
Everyone's gonna pocket a couple diamonds, for sure.
And I think we, in the first, before the reveal, we only see the downstairs heist. Because I think what's happening in the upstairs heist is Heather is stealing the deed. Because that is her guarantee of freedom. And that's what we see later is Mr. Smith is setting up the Gatling gun. As soon as he's set up, we get the, like, wink from Heather. She goes, steals the deed, and that's where we get the climbing down using her skirt.
I'm mostly on board with that, but I still want them, specifically Al and Clem, going upstairs to break open the safe. And this can be one of those moments where we think it's the jig is up. When they go into the office, and Heather's already there.
Okay.
They're trying to crack the safe. When Heather comes in, what are you doing? That's when they think the jig is up, and she's like, no. The paperwork you're looking for is in his roll top.
No, only because, again, why would she not have taken it on her own if she was able to take it and run?
The other thing I think could work with that is basically she, at that point, because she has now seen them, she's like, you gotta take me with you. I've seen your crime.
I was thinking, because you need a part where the heist goes wrong and they have to improvise.
Yes.
Gatling gun doesn't work.
Or it works the first time, not the second.
Or it malfunctions and the police break in and she's like, I know a back way out. Follow me.
Yes. Yeah. And she somehow has to con her way into coming with them.
And maybe it's straight up just a rope ladder she's built herself.
Yes. I think it would be funny if it were made from her, like, clothing.
Yeah.
There's a dumbwaiter from...
Yeah, but at least he brings the orders quick.
Yeah, I like that guy.
Sorry.
There's a dumbwaiter for delivering things from the first floor to the office.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the group in the basement gets to the office, so that we're all in the same place to leave together.
Yeah, I think that could be another complication to the heist, is that they aren't sure the dumbwaiter is going to hold Bruce.
It's not the dumbwaiter, it's the rope ladder of clothes.
Yeah.
And that's part of the earlier on. The intel I've been given has always been good before. After you blow the vault, take as much diamonds as you can carry, and then there will be a ladder in this dumbwaiter for you. How do you know that? I know that.
I feel like there's more bits to the heist itself that we could come up with if we had an actual, like, drawn set plan.
Yeah.
I feel like we would need to draw out this building, what it would look like, and actually map it out to really lock in a heist.
Yeah.
But we have the framework.
Yeah.
To really make that click.
I mean, I think usually what we're doing here is just bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got some pretty interesting bones so far.
Mm-hmm.
So, at this point, they all leave down her rope ladder of clothes outside.
Maybe Mr. Smith gets caught. He was supposed to be their way out as well.
Yeah.
Like their way out of town. Maybe he gets caught and they aren't quite sure, like, how to escape at this point.
Yeah. And then that's when Heather starts making the calls.
I would say, like...
See, I was thinking that for their getting away, they move from the offices, the headquarters, back to the second floor of the saloon, which they're kind of connected up above. That's how Heather got here.
Yeah.
When they climb down a second ladder, there's horses already there, posted up. And at first they think... And maybe the preacher is waiting there. And she can thank him for having these horses ready for me. This is when we start revealing that she's been the mysterious benefactor all along.
She thanks him by handing him a wad of cash.
Or, like, just, like, a gold bar, like, something.
Yeah.
And, yes, I do think Mr. Smith's gonna get caught, but that's part of it. Because, like, they're gonna get to the horses and there's only 5. They're like, wait a second, we're missing Mr. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about him, he's fine.
Yeah. Or we'll come back for him or something.
Yeah.
We need to get out now. And the reason I don't want Mr. Smith to be intentional is because I want the crew to have a moment where they're away from the site, but they're back at the shack, and they don't know how to actually get out of town without getting caught. Because now, like, they're gonna call in marshals and the deputies are all out and stuff like that. And Mr. Smith was supposed to be, we were supposed to get them on a train or something, to sneak them on a train, but they weren't sure how he was gonna do it. So they're stuck without him, or so they think.
Okay.
And it's at that moment is where I want Heather to confront Al about the woman she saw him with.
Yes.
Okay.
Pay that off.
Yeah, that's the time to pay that off.
Frenchie's just laughing in the background.
And this is
No,
where
Clem is.
this is where things need to start getting revealed.
Okay.
Frenchie does not enjoy being in drag. That was, like, mostly against his will.
Like, maybe the whole time they're getting out of the building, Heather is being, like, exceptionally rude to Al, like closing doors in his face, hitting him with things, like, accidentally.
She keeps bumping into him with her skirt.
She gives him the shitty horse, like. And they need to have, like, a little scrap. And then when it's revealed to her, like, oh, that wasn't even a woman, that was you, that was Frenchie? And he does the voice. Clem cackles. She's like, well, if we're revealing things then, she comes clean about the whole plan to get out of Dodge.
I think then the only thing is getting Mr. Smith out of jail.
Yeah.
what?
Frenchie's just like, I got another stick of dynamite.
It's not the jail in town. He's being taken by the marshals.
Yes.
So, like, the following day, a posse has gathered him, and they're, taking him in chains to the governor.
One of the, and as they're, like, loading him into the train or wagon or whatever, one of the posse just looks at him and winks, and it's Clem.
Now, see, I'm thinking they've loaded him up, and they've already headed out.
Okay.
And our group Al intercepts them in his official duties as a courier. I believe, for the captain, this, and we know that it's a forged letter from the government.
Yeah, so this is like the Monday morning train out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except not the train, because it's yeah, I guess it could be the train.
Yeah, I'm thinking they put him on the train to send him.
Yeah. And then that dramatic ride to catch up.
Yeah.
At the next station.
Not even the next station, one of those, like, water-filling things.
Yeah, like Halfway Gulch.
Yeah.
And, it's a pardon from the governor. It looks authentic. All right, we'll let him go.
Minutes after he's gone, how did the governor find out about this already? How did he get a courier here that fast? Fuck! It's like happened hours ago. What the fuck?
That's
Deputy?
a stinger at the end.
Deputy, that's something we call above our pay grade.
Because in the letter is, like, a crisp 20.
Yes. And I think, like, we just need to tie a bow on everything.
I feel like they need to go west-west. Like, Oregon Trail west.
Okay. So, I mean, like how do we resolve it? We just show them riding off into the sunset?
It's how they resolve Princess Bride.
Yeah, I mean...
I think it would be fun if, like, Heather is on the same horse as Al.
Or do we want to see, like, a year down the line? Like, fade to 1 year later. And they're living in, like, Willamette.
Or they're in, like, San Francisco. Something.
Yeah.
Like one of the mining towns that became a city.
Like, I think it...
And they just run, like, a small hotel or something.
I think it would be fun if they do, like, we have the ride off into the sunset, whatever, but we need to have Al and Heather kiss.
Yeah.
And then we can do, like, a fade to 1 year in the future. I think it would be fun if we go, like, city, and we show all of these characters in a city.
I'm thinking Al and Heather own a hotel. Bruce is the what's the, not busboy, what's the...
Barback?
No, the guy, the luggage, the porter.
Porter.
Bruce is the porter. Clem's behind the desk doing the keys. And Frenchie is a very talented chef working in the restaurant.
Yes, but Al is still a courier. And we don't see that immediately. We see the San Francisco Hotel Diamond.
We do a final
Because
oneer to mirror the original one, starting in the owner's suite with Heather. And he works his way down, and we see Bruce and Clem and Frenchie doing their shit for the hotel, and then he gets out and he gets into his wagon or whatever to go start currying.
See, what I was thinking was we see the hotel, we see her owning and managing and running it. We see Bruce porting and Clem working the keys, etc. But we don't see Al until he comes in his uniform. Package for you, miss. And it can be, because I wanted to kind of reach back to the mine that she now owns.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the shares from profits this quarter or whatever. And then
I'm thinking
maybe she says like, well, thank you, Mr. What did we say his name was?
Al Prince.
Thank you, Mr. Prince. You are very welcome,
Mrs.
Madam Prince.
Yeah.
And then they have another kiss and then credits.
And then the half-credit stinger. There's one more letter from Mr. Smith. Says he has work for us. Like the Avengers will return.
It's just like a postcard, but it's like from the East Coast, and
it's a different name, but a photograph.
Mr. Jones.
Yes.
He's still out there flim-flamming.
Yes. So is there anything else before we move into casting?
I'm trying to think how we would resolve Rudy. Because he's still out there. Do we have somebody in the hotel reading a paper and the headline is
disgrace?
Sentenced to his sentencing just happened or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fraud.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Disgraced former...
Diamond tycoon given 6 months in fraud case. Like something like comically low.
Yes.
I kind of want him to die, but I don't know of what or how.
Dysentery.
Maybe Diamond tycoon... What's it called when they release prisoners early because they're about to die?
Oh, God.
Diamond tycoon given early goodwill release. Doctors say...
Yeah.
Death imminent, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. He gets his comeuppance, is gonna die.
Maybe like disgraced former mine owner on deathbed. And then below it, picture...
Disgraced former diamond mine owner on deathbed was pardoned for crimes by Governor Bank Guy from town. He's now governor.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Governor Bank Guy.
Governor Banker.
And maybe there's a secondary side article. Who owns mine now? And we don't get the rest of the article, just that headline.
Yeah. Okay. I think that kind of wraps up where everyone is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I think that's a fun little ride.
Yeah.
You get the right cast in there. Shall we put the right cast in there?
No, let's put bad casts in.
All right, like we normally do.
I kind of, and this is mostly based on Conclave, I like Ray Fiennes as either the Preacher or the Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Hear me out. Jeffrey Wright as Mr. Smith.
Ooh, yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Just like smooth talker, well dressed. And if you want, you can read into the fact that he's black as a little bit of reason why everyone's more uncomfortable with him.
For Al Prince, Joe Manganiello.
Yeah. He's a little old though.
So?
Yeah.
It's the West.
Fair.
We could even have little joke lines like he's 25 years old. It's just the West will weather a man. He also has that like charisma that I'd want in that kind of character.
Yeah.
Heather.
Normally I don't have strong feelings. I do think this should be a blonde actress. I understand you can put wigs on people.
I agree. First name that came to mind was Sydney Sweeney.
I don't like her.
That's fair. Amanda Seyfried?
I can see Amanda Seyfried.
I also don't mind it that we're casting people in their fucking 40s.
Yeah.
Because why the fuck not?
I do think Clem should be pretty young.
Yeah.
I want, like, for her, I kind of want a Zendaya type.
Joey King?
Yeah, I can see Joey King. Yeah, she's done... She Happy Death Day?
Bullet Train.
Bullet Train.
She played Prince in Bullet Train.
Yeah, I'm just kind of Googling, like, French-Canadian actors and actresses.
Oh, for Frenchie?
For Frenchie and for Clem. If they're supposed to be brother and sister.
True. Who's our Bruce? Who's our big muscle man?
Batista?
I want the three to be younger, like
Okay.
20s to 30s playing. I don't mind our leads being older, our Heather and our Prince.
Yeah. John Cena. But like that's like the body shape I want.
I want like hefty.
Yeah.
Not beefy, but like a tough guy in a 40s movie.
Okay.
Where you don't know if he's really muscly or really fat, but you don't want to find out either way.
I know we put him in everything, and this is actually a different character now, but John C. Reilly is the banker. I feel like it's a small enough role.
Are you thinking a guy like this kinda for Bruce?
Yeah.
His name is Kazi Lewis Carragino? He played Bruiser Brody in The Iron Claw.
Okay. I was gonna say the guy that played the Mountain, but I think he's a little older as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at this guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So Kazi for Bruce. What about Rudy?
He's dead, but James Garner.
I'm thinking like Christopher Lloyd.
He's too weaselly.
I can see Christopher Lloyd being the banker.
Yeah, for, like, I kind of want a beefier...
Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah.
For Rudy.
Yeah, I see Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah.
He's got that, like, I'm disappointed in you, dad energy.
He does, yeah. Who are we missing?
Did we lock in a Heather?
Amanda Seyfried, yeah.
Yes, Amanda Seyfried, you're right.
Brendan Gleeson as her dad.
Yep.
Jeffrey Wright as Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Got Big Dick Ritchie as Prince Al.
Yes.
We soft said Joey King for Clem, but I think Mark is still looking up French Canadians.
I've given up looking up for Canadians.
Alright, then we need a Frenchie. Michael Cera.
John Dujardin.
Too old. If they weren't such a shithead. What's their face from Perks? Ezra.
Oh, yeah.
But fuck that person. Their crimes.
How about Jeremy Renier? He was in Bruges.
So you're also looking at the cast list of In Bruges. That's where I pulled Brendan Gleeson.
In the first picture.
So was Ray Fiennes. Shit. Yeah, bear in mind, In Bruges was in 2008. He's older than fucking Al.
Who did you say?
Jeremy Renier.
He's Belgian.
And you think people in the 1880s would give a shit?
Fair enough.
What about like a Jeremy Allen White for Frenchie? I'm thinking someone with a weird face.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Have we settled on a Clem?
Lightly on Joey King, but we can
yes.
We could change that if you wanted to. Undertaker we had was Ray Fiennes, and then I think it's just the Preacher, who's kind of a smaller part, but we can always stunt cast that.
At Chris Lloyd?
I think that might be Chris Lloyd.
I think that works.
Not going to be around for much longer, so he wants to just do right as long as he can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Character of the Preacher, I mean, not Chris.
Yeah. Swear to God, if you kill Chris Lloyd.
So then we need a title and a poster.
The poster in my head is like a straight-on Wes Anderson looking shot of the facade of the building, and we see the backs of Al and the gang, and we see Heather's hair coming down from the top window, which is mostly cut off by the top of the poster. So we don't see her face, but we see like maybe chin and the hair coming down, hanging down. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't immediately.
Here in front of me, I can draw a poster, so...
For those of you that can't understand what Bill just said, he said, "You're in front of me, I can draw a poster."
So like the facade, and then you got like the backs of the gang in silhouette on the ground level, and then at the top you can just see her hair coming down.
Okay.
And then the title of the movie somewhere in like the second floor windows that aren't going to be used by the story beats we're telling in the poster.
The only thing is I think it should be like the train of her dress instead of her hair.
Something.
Yeah.
Something hinting at the source material.
Yes.
Title, I'm fucking stuck.
Yeah.
The Golden Stare. Stair.
Yeah.
The Diamond Stare.
Good. I think we can do better. I think there's something better. Like I'd like to have it titled similarly to other westerns or heist movies, and find a connection there.
A lot of westerns are Once Upon a Time something.
Yeah, there's like Once Upon a Time in the West, stuff like that. So we could do that motif.
Thinking of like, what's the word for when you have to stay longer than you thought you had to?
Oh.
Delay?
Delay in Diamond Gulch. Delayed in Diamond Gulch.
Diamond Gulch feels too easy. I like the structure of it.
Well, then delayed in whatever we call it.
Yeah, the town needs a better name than Diamond Gulch. What was Rudy's last name again?
Harland.
Delayed at Harlan's.
That sounds like a French dinner film.
We have a character named Frenchie. Delay in Harlan Town.
Delay in Harlan's Gulch.
That works.
Harlantown is a little too much like Harmontown.
Yeah. We're delayed at Harlan's mine.
Like Gulch better.
Gulch.
Kind of implying that he still owns most of this.
Yeah.
Then in the opening scene, we can even see that as part of the
Now-
Harland Gulch.
Now entering.
Now entering.
Yeah. Harland Gulch, population 57.
Like that's the opening of that opening oneer is the welcome to Harlan's Gulch, and then delayed in Harlan's Gulch, like appears over top of the sign, and the camera moves and follows, and we get the actors who play the characters as we see the characters. That opening credits oneer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see it.
I like it.
I think we got something here.
I do too.
I finally got to do my heist movie.
I finally got to do a Western.
Yay!
So I guess the only thing left is to wrap this around a brick and start throwing it through producers' windows.
Alright, I got a brick.
And I know where I can find some windows.
Alright.
Alright, well this has been The Treatment, a podcast about stories. I've been your host, Mark Lucas.
Billy Beck.
Cody Beck.
And we'll see you at the movies.